Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm back with another trade recap this morning. Pretty decent morning. I mean, I could have done better, but we're green on the day. Nothing big, just a young $4.86. Three trades that made that possible: one seed blend and ARPO. Let's get into it. Before we jump in, though, I just want to take a second to appreciate CARV. Man, CARV is just the ridiculousness this morning. Gapping up in the pre-market from the 11s. Runs at the open. Opens at 17. All the way up to a high of 38. Multiple halts on the way up. Now it's kind of hanging out here. It bounced a little bit above this VWAP. It was good bounce play. If you caught it, I did not catch it. I stayed away. I don't like halting stocks. Very, very scurry. Speaking of which, it looks like it's halted again right now. Very, very, very interesting. Getting into the rest of the day, I don't think there was much that is worth talking about as far as like big gainers. I mean, ARPO spiked big really early and one of my trades was on ARPO actually. Let's take a look. ARPO, blend, and seed. We're gonna save ARPO for last though. Let's go look at seed. Seed was a fail. I piked it. Buying here at 870. Let's go back. Let's get a little higher time frame. So the idea behind this was a bounce play because it's just so beaten down. And then in the pre, it had actually pushed this $10 level. And if we go up here, we can kind of see this, right? So gapping up, this is the big bounce, likely shorts covering from the garbage chart setup. Dipping at the open. So I took a position, right? I took my position right around here at 570 or 870. That puts us here. That puts us near the dang top of this wick, doesn't it? Very, very interesting. What should have happened? I should have risked low a day, given my trade time to pan out, right? Heck, I really could have. No, I would have gotten stopped out anyway, but should have risked low a day, right? That's the whole point of waiting for the first 5-minute candle. But instead, I sold here at 567 and. All right, sorry, 867, and then again down here at 8, which ended up being the very low of this candle. Absolutely dumb. Now, I'm not looking at the 5-minute candle in the moment. I'm trading the 15. And we didn't we didn't get this. This opened here and was like chilling around here. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Ugh. And I just didn't, it was stagnant, right? It wasn't a whole lot of motion. It was just kind of sitting there. Nothing going in on the tape. Even right now, it's like very, very, very slow moving stock. So I just cut and I wanted to focus on some other setups, other trades. Lost about $3.65 on this. Again, got to set my risk level properly, right? If I'm going to trade on the 15 and I'm going to take a first candle setup, I got to look at the 5-minute. I got to wait for this and I got to go, okay, I'm risking low a day. Now, that from my entry at 867, low a day is 773. That's $1 a shot. That's a big move, though. That's a big move to risk, which means maybe size down. If anything, this is a play that I don't usually go for. I should have just done like a single share or something just so that I feel a little more comfortable letting it ride and I get familiar with being in this type of trade. It's not a big momentum play. It's more of a bounce of a beaten down stock, right? Something that we cover in the small cap rockets room. It's a popular trade setup the guys like to use. I'm less familiar with it, so there's that, right? Again, which you could pin to Don't trade other people's setups. Trade your setup. I mean, granted, this worked clearly, going as high as 1054, but improper risk levels. Should have gotten into this being like, I can risk low a day, or waited for this big green candle. I don't know. Whatever. Is what it is. $3 loss. Next, we have Blinn. Another loser. Oh, well. Another loser that ended up working, right? I mean, here we are in the 840s. Going back to the 15. And this was super quick. I entered, and then when it wasn't working, I was like, okay, fine. 745 buying. So I'm buying just above VWAP, right? So my idea was, okay, we're back above VWAP. I'm going to hang on for some continued upside. I'm thinking I'm risking VWAP. And here, that's almost exactly my sell is at VWAP too. Sad. Sad. Could have risked the candle going green. Could have risked low a day. It seems like my problem is not giving these things enough room to run. So it's like I get a lot of correct theses. But again, the impatience of it all, right? I mean, here you see the buy and the sell on a single candle. The whole point of me going to the 15-minute candles is to force me to be more patient, to force me to wait at least 15 minutes. And if I had waited 15 minutes, I would have gotten out here in the 716s too. As soon as VWAP, in my mind, I was risking VWAP, right? So if it wasn't here, it was gonna be here, right? I gotta know how to set something. VWAP is nice, but it's also nice to get this at low a day. 691. And I'm looking for, what's 691? What's 745? 691. 745, 691. That's, okay, so 54 cents of risk. And, you could have gotten, well, let's just call it 880, right? What's 880 minus 7? What did I say my entry was? 745. Minus 745. For $1.35 a share. That's a good risk reward. So there you have it for Blinn, right? Now, the thing that turned it all around for me, a young ARPO. I actually currently have a swing on Clover Health with a stop loss set at VWAP that looks like it's about to get triggered, so yikes. ARPO. Here we go. Meep, meep. This ARPO, again, here's one crappy pre-market single share trade that I took. Nothing crazy. Took 100 shares at 235. My thoughts on this, I'll tell you, were, yep, I just got triggered. My stop loss just got triggered. Boo. Oh, Clover. Oh, well. I'll go over that in a second. So if I go to the daily chart, right, I kind of had this little line drawn thinking, okay, well, if it's gapping up, I really ideally want to see it support this. Honestly, this line should have been lower, but whatever. I wanted to see it hold support above this breakout level, which if you adjust the line, let's go ahead and adjust this line. You can see this was actually spot on. And that was my entry signal. When we were at the open and I saw this happen, right? I took at, what did I say? It was 235. 235. And this was, now granted my line was at 233, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to risk the line. I'm going to risk the low of the candle, which had already clocked. And the trade worked. I took some profits off here because we were kind of teetering. I took, 75 out of 100 shares. Got out here. Got out well, hold on, this is a separate thing. Got out here and got out at 78 when this little pullback was starting to happen. Great trade. I was, this turned it around on me. I made 890. This was a little long. Sorry, this was a little bigger, but I tried to play this bounce, didn't work, and I cut quickly because I was like, you know what? No, I just gotta call it. Rest easy, take my profits, and go back. And this wasn't a setup that was really working. What's 262? 262 is the VWAP. Broke the VWAP, got out, right? And could have played this bounce, but this is a little choppy for me presently. So that's it. That's all the trades that I made today. Probably not going to make any more. I'm just going to keep this 442 loaded. I'll come back in the afternoon, see if there's anything interesting. What I will tell you about, though, was Clove, which is basically break even. I lost a penny a share. Clove I got here. This is in the Robinhood, so it's not going to show up. I got Clove at 948 or something, right above VWAP. I couldn't resist. I was like, oh man, it's so perfect. It's right here. You had this ascending HMA with VWAP. I'm like, okay, I'll buy. I was taking the dog for a walk. I'll set a tight stop loss at like 947 or something. Like, it was 947 or 946 or something. Like, okay, if it breaks, I sell. Great, I could have made a little bit of profit here, but I was just like, I'll swing it, see if it ends up on the day. Clearly, it did not, and we are falling back down, currently at 944, so break even for me, and let's pull up that sell order on Robinhood. So sad. Filled at 946. So looks like I lost what? Over 594. Like I lost like 15 cents a share ish. See if I get it here for y'all to see. There you go. So it's real. That puts my total P&L on the day to still be in the 4s, whatever. Small potatoes, I'm aware. I'm a newbie. What is $4? What is the size I'm trading? But I'm trying to be careful. I want to get good habits built. I don't want to risk my entire account on every trade. Plus, I'm doing the cash account. So I can't risk my entire account on every trade. I like being able to take smaller size, take more trades, test strategies out, and, stay alive a little longer. I mean, taking bigger positions is what dropped me from $2,000 to now $1,650, right? Oh, I mean, it wasn't $1,650 at the time. It was in like the 17s or something, right? Something like that. So I'm trying to conserve the capital while I just get the system better. OTCs are not super for me. Counts too small. And I'm not patient enough, and I hate the weird fills. It's just like you gotta wait so long to get executed. If the trade starts going against you, it's like, oh my God, it's so hard to get out. And you don't want to throw a market order in. It's just so frustrating. Anyway, that's all I got for the day. RSLS was another good bounce over here. You can see Zila 2, another one I missed out on. Enob, one I missed out on. CARV, of course. Absolute ape sheets. Ape sheets. I see. We said Enob, ANVS had a little decent move. I would never trade ANVS because it's too high priced. GMER, I talked about yesterday, did not gap up like I thought it might. Glad I have no position. I know some of the big traders were looking for a panic dip buy this morning. Doesn't look like that worked out. Truly, the dip was here at 730. But even that is what? We're up 2 cents a share. What is that, right? 36.34. What's 36 divided by 34? 5% bounce. You're going to wait 15, 30. You're going to wait an hour for a 5% bounce. No, thank you. I want a 5% move in minutes. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another watch list and trade recap. If you like this video, let me know in the comments what other type of stuff you'd like to see from me. Yeah, thanks for watching the journey. We're going to make this work. Happy trading. I'll see you in the next video.